Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're exploring July 11th, 2025. It looks like a day with some really unique energies, some profound wisdom packed in there.
Definitely. It's not just about, what you might gain materially.
Right, it's more about abundance in a richer sense, thinking about wisdom, influence, maybe even connection.
Exactly. Real connection.
And we're drawing on some fascinating sources for this. From Tarot by High C, we've got an astrological forecast, a TarotScope looking at an I Ching hexagram, and a story, too.
A really nice blend of perspectives.
It is. So the big question we're sort of wrestling with today is, how can you tap into these, well, pretty powerful shifts happening around us and maybe within us, too?
Mm.
And what does it actually mean to possess something great? And maybe more importantly, how do you use it wisely?
That's the core, isn't it?
Yeah.
This thread running through everything. True abundance isn't just what you get.
It's what you do with it.
Precisely. It's a strong call for responsible stewardship.
Mm.
It offers practical insights, but also, I think, a much deeper way to think about prosperity.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Let's start with the astrology of the day for July 11th, 2025. The overall energy feels, well, different.
How so?
It's described as unconventional, definitely progressive, and very community focused.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, the sources really emphasize this call to zoom out and analyze, to think bigger.
Not just the day-to-day stuff.
Exactly, to reflect on what your ideal community looks like, and then crucially, how to make that vision a concrete reality, not just a nice idea.
And that links to the internal experience too, right?
Yeah.
The sources talk about emotions being lightning quick.
Yes, and illuminating, like they
Yeah.
can connect seemingly unrelated parts of your life in a flash.
Like a sudden aha moment that just clicks things together.
Totally. The advice is basically to trust those feelings, trust those insights. They're taking you somewhere worthwhile, even if it's not immediately obvious where.
Trust the process.
And there's this strong sense of being motivated to change from within.
Okay.
What emerges from that is meant to feel both deeply familiar and startlingly new at the same time.
That can be a strange mix. Familiar and new.
It can. And the source acknowledges it might feel overwhelming if we're afraid of letting these changes into our souls. So there's a challenge there too.
Right. So how do we navigate that? Lean into it. The planetary stuff gives us clues, I think.
Tell us about that.
Well, in the morning, you've got the Aquarius moon making a trine that's a smooth, flowing connection with Uranus.
The planet of innovation.
Exactly. So expect a burst of innovation. It's supposed to make yesterday's heavy energy feel like a distant memory, like a fresh start.
Okay, that sounds good.
Then, in the afternoon, the Aquarius moon forms a sextile that's more like an opportunity opening up with both Saturn and Neptune.
Saturn for wisdom, Neptune for dreams.
You got it. It's where revolution meets wisdom. Dreams find practical paths, but they don't lose their magic. It's about grounding those big ideas.
Revolution meets wisdom. I like that.
And then, also in the afternoon, the Aquarius moon conjuncts Pluto. That's intense, a real merging.
Pluto transformation.
Yeah, suggesting an emotional transformation. The
Mhm.
source describes it beautifully, like discovering a hidden room in your own psyche, an invitation to go deeper.
Wow. Okay, so a lot is happening astrologically. With all this swirling around, what does it mean for you listening right now? How can you best navigate this?
It really sounds like a day for potentially big shifts, externally and internally.
Definitely. Now, let's shift gears a bit from the stars to some ancient wisdom. The TarotScope for the day is based on the I Ching.
Ah, the Book of Changes. Always profound.
It is, specifically hexagram 14. It's called TAYU, which translates to great possession.
And the fascinating thing about Ta Yu, great possession, is that it's not really about hoarding gold coins.
Right, it's broader than that.
Much broader. It points to prosperity in ideas, opportunities, or relationships. It talks about abundant blessings, yes, but emphasizes wisdom, influence, clarity. These less tangible things.
So it leads straight into that idea of responsibility.
Absolutely. Stewardship and integrity, that's key. If you have this abundance, whatever form it takes, you have a responsibility to use it well.
And stay grounded.
Yes, modesty, even in success, is crucial. The idea is that a wise leader, or anyone with great possession, shares their light and resources.
And that sharing benefits others, but also strengthens their own position.
Exactly. It's not zero-sum. It strengthens their own foundation. It's almost a paradox, like you said earlier. The more you possess, the greater the call to give, to share wisely.
That makes sense. The sources also talk about tapping into our own inner resources here.
Like what?
Things like insight, skill, courage, and the goodwill of others. These are part of your possession, too.
Internal assets. Very important.
And it suggests that on a day like this, you might be recognized for your capability to lead, guide, or shape outcomes in a meaningful way.
Ah, so your stewardship might become visible. And the I Ching really emphasizes that genuine generosity, materially and spiritually, brings lasting fortune.
But it has to be directed well.
Yes, giving where it truly matters. It's not just about giving anything away, it's about mindful sharing. But there's a warning too, isn't there?
There is a pretty clear one. Avoid arrogance or complacency.
Because they'll turn abundance into emptiness. Quickly.
It says there's a real risk of turning fortune into burden if you're tempted to overindulge, gloat, or neglect our higher self.
So that great possession can become heavy if you misuse it.
Yeah. So I guess the essence of Taiyu is having great things isn't the end goal. It's just the start. How you handle them, what you do with them, that's what really matters.
Well put. It's about the how.
Okay, so these concepts, stewardship, wise abundance, they're powerful. But sometimes the story just brings it home, you know?
Stories make things resonate, definitely.
So let's get into the Lantern of Taiyu. It really illustrates these principles beautifully, I think. It introduces a sage named Lian.
Okay.
He lived in this ancient land on a place called the Hill of Heaven's Lantern, and his treasures were, well, simple. A garden with herbs like cinnamon, frankincense, chamomile.
Healing, grounding things.
Yes, and a citrine pendant, and this lantern that was always lit, supposedly a gift from the stars.
But that wasn't his real treasure, was it? The story makes that clear.
Not at all.
His true treasure, it says, was not measured in gold or jewels, but in the radiance of his heart and the clarity of his mind. That's why the villagers looked up to him.
Exactly. Not because he was rich or powerful.
No, it was because his words, they apparently shaped the winds, stilled tempests, and revealed hidden paths. His wisdom was his influence, his true possession.
So one night, there's this great fire that reaches the heavens, and out steps a celestial figure
Wow.
who announces, "The time of great possession has come." Big news. But then comes the warning, echoing the I Ching.
Let me guess, abundance without wisdom.
Is a storm without anchor. Choose your steward well. Spot on.
So the community faces a choice. Who gets this great possession?
Right. And naturally, they first think of the wealthy merchants, the strong warlords, the obvious candidates.
The ones with material power already.
But then an elder steps up, sees things differently, points to Leon.
Why him?
Because, as the elder says, his heart holds more light than any gold, and his wisdom has fed us in our darkest hours. They recognized true value.
Beyond the surface, that's powerful.
So Leon is given this lantern of Taiyu, this ancient vessel supposed to hold the fortune of the ages. Huge responsibility.
And what does he do? He doesn't hide it away, I hope.
Quite the opposite. His action is, well, profound, like he said before. He takes the lantern straight to the village square
Out in the open?
and declares, "True abundance is a flame that must light many lamps. What one possesses is only as great as what one shares."
Ah, beautiful. That's Taiyu in action, stewardship embodied.
And the result, the valley flourished. Rivers ran clearer, harvests doubled, children's laughter rose with the dawn. Real, tangible prosperity.
Share prosperity.
Exactly. And each home was gifted a flame from the sacred lantern, and no house fell into darkness again. It was shared, not hoarded.
And Leon didn't just stop there, did he? He kept contributing his own gifts.
Right. His healing herbs, Tiger's ice stones for clarity for the leaders, his words guiding people towards compassion.
It shows how leadership, true stewardship, is ongoing. It's about continually using your gifts to uplift others, creating ripples.
Definitely. And when Leon eventually passed away, the story says his spirit became a star.
A reminder.
A silent reminder that great possession is not in what you hold, but in what you offer.
What a perfect illustration of the day's themes.
It really ties it all together, doesn't it? So as we wrap up this deep dive for July 11th, 2025, it feels like a day genuinely packed with potential.
Yeah, energies for innovation, community building, deep emotional shifts.
All connected to this idea of great possession to you.
And remembering that true abundance, as we've seen, it's so much more than just stuff. It's insight, it's wisdom, it's that ability to uplift others.
That stewardship piece is crucial.
Absolutely. Sharing what you have, like Leon with his lantern. That seems to be the key to making abundance meaningful and lasting.
So, thinking about all this, the astrology, the wisdom of Taiyu, Leon's example, here's something to ponder for yourself. What lantern of inner resource or skill do you possess?
Your unique gift.
Yeah. What flame do you hold that, if you shared it, could actually light up your own community, your connections, maybe in ways you haven't even expected?